Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times and you're watching the speed test comparison of the Realme X and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro. The Realme X comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 while the Redmi Note 7 Pro comes with Snapdragon 675. But let's start with benchmarks where the Realme X actually is lagging behind with quite a lot of number of points. On the other side, even with the Geekbench test, it was the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Pro beating the Realme X. It doesn't matter how much RAM or storage it has, it's the benchmark scores where the processors are tested mainly, and that is where the Realme X lags behind. Next, with the boot up speed, we switched off the phones and then turned them on together to see which one actually loads faster or which one boots up faster. And here as well, we noticed that the Redmi Note 7 Pro's animations came up first. Even not just the animations, reaching to the home screen was faster on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which was only a few seconds anyway, 3 to 4 seconds faster, but that might matter so to some of you. So that is where the Redmi Note 7 Pro is actually faster than the Realme X, and that can also be not just the chipset but also the interface. Next, with the PUBG mobile game loading, or some games that we are going to try loading here, which one would load those games faster and which one would take you to the game interface first. Here it's not just about loading. One thing that we can also vouch for Realme X is about the Realme game space, which gives you a better experience, and the network protection and those things, even notifications being turned off, that is a better experience offered on the Realme X. But with the loading speed, you can see that PUBG Mobile loaded faster on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now moving on, we turned off this game, and even without killing it in the background, we opened the Asphalt game, and this was the Asphalt 8 game that we started. Again, to check out which one loads faster, here it was almost the same. There was no difference actually, and both of them performed, or both of them loaded quite at the same time. And one thing again to notice was that Realme game space came into play here as well. That game space is actually a very good one, and we wish Xiaomi to do better with those things. On Poco there is a good game launcher offered there, but that is not here. So we hope that comes into the Redmi Note 7 Pro or Redmi phones as well. Now moving on to the actual speed test comparison, where we are going to play multiple applications together. We'll start a timer and then we'll be starting up different applications, keeping all of them in the background, even to test out the RAM management. But one way this won't be fair for the Redmi Note 7 Pro because it has lesser amount of RAM in the model that we have. But that's okay, we'll be cutting out those seconds, and we'll be seeing which one actually manages the RAM better. In a way, one thing that we also noticed is that for some larger applications to go to the home screen back from them, it was taking a bit more time on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, or even loading the apps, it was taking initially a second more on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, but the app actually loads up faster later. So that is where it brings in all its goodness with the chipset and the GPU. So here you can see that the Redmi Note 7 Pro again loaded a bit faster on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. And now moving on, we also tried with a couple of smaller games, the Subway Surfers, Temple Run and Temple Run 2 as well. And the only thing that we wanted to see is that how well is the RAM able to handle things and how fast are the apps loading. So in the speed test, the most basic thing that we are trying out is the fastness, is how fast can the phones handle things. And you can see here the Realme phone actually was slower in one way, and even going to PUBG Mobile, it was almost half of the game that was loaded already on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. But that issue with the Redmi Note 7 Pro was always there with the RAM management when compared to the Realme or Oppo or Vivo phones. Xiaomi's RAM management on MIUI, I won't say is the best. So that did cause an issue here, and you might see that it still takes some extra time to load the app, and not between the switching, but to load or go back to the home screen, it does take some more time. So here we are towards the end. It's almost the end of the speed test that we did here. And what surprised us is only that RAM management thing. And you would see that now after loading these benchmarks, the Asphalt 8 was already killed in the background. So it has to go back to starting the game again. And that's when we felt that the performance was not so good. So you see, that's the thing here. Asphalt 8 actually again loaded, so that's where the Redmi Note 7 Pro almost took the same time, and I would clearly say that there's no huge difference. It's the way the interfaces are optimized, MIUI and the color OS here, and they are quite good for the day-to-day usage and even for gaming. So I would say that there's no clear winner. Both of them are good for their own way. And this was the speed test comparison between the Realme X and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.